you're having an incredible night, because I am definitely. Blue Jays sweep away the New York Yankees. 6-4 winners today, winners of 8 in a row, and with the big-time sweeping of the Yanks, the Blue Jays are now half a game out of a playoff spot. I may look red. I've been kind of freaking out all night long. They're a game and a half behind the Red Sox because they didn't play. You're a game and a half up on the Seattle Mariners. With Oakland winning today, you're still a game and a half up on them. The Toronto Blue Jays are winning at the right time, and it is an absolute collective effort. And the boys, they're getting it done, baby. 77-62 on the year, Jays fans. And with the sweep, that is the first 4-game sweep at Yankee Stadium by any team since 2003. And if I'm not mistaken, that was the Toronto Blue Jays. Insane stuff. Let's get to this ballgame. And it started the first batter of the game. And you know what, Jays fans? We have ripped Charlie Montoyo in the comments, Twitter, all over the place. We have ripped Charlie Montoyo a lot. But after going Corey Dickerson the last couple days in the leadoff spot, and a couple times that spot's come up in a crucial spot and he hasn't come through, he makes the adjustment, says, you know what, we got to shuffle this lineup a little bit. Bo Bichette goes up there to lead off, and off of Nestor Cortez Jr. in the first inning, the leadoff guy of the game, he takes him deep to left field, and it's gone. First batter of the game, and the Jays have a 1-0 lead. We're feeling great early on, but we know it is still so early. Jose Barrios on the mound for the Jays, and he was spectacular early on. Went 5 shutout innings to start, and in the top half of the 5th inning, Randall Grichuk comes up, and he crushes one to left field, and it's gone. Home run number 22 for Randall Grichuk on the year, and the Jays, I believe it's 22, and the Jays are now up 2-0. The way Barrios is pitching, that extra run, huge. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning, and Aaron Judge gets on, and Anthony Rizzo gets a fastball down the middle from Barrios, and he crushes it. And it's deep and gone, and we're tied at 2. However, we saw this thing yesterday, where the Yankees, they're down a little bit, and they get a big home run to tie. You think the momentum has shifted a ton, but this Jays team answers back. The next half inning, the top of the 7th, with Danny Jansen on base. I believe it's second. No, it was a third. Either way, Jansen had the double with 2 out. Bo Bichette, then off the end of the bat, hits a single up the middle. Jansen comes in to score. The Jays grab the lead right back. It's now a 3-2 ball game. This game's far from over. You got to get some big timeouts. All right, we go to the 7th inning. At the bottom of the 7th inning, Barrios, I believe it was like he gets the leadoff guy on base, I believe, and he gets the next 2 or something around there. He had a guy at first with 2 out. He's at 109 pitches. Charlie gives him the hook, and you know what? I kind of understand it. You bring in Soria to the ball game, and Soria gets the big time out to end it. And you go to the top of the 8th inning, and in that top of the 7th, the Jays had the bases loaded and 2 out, and with Vladdy up, and he chases a lot, and Wandy Peralta, that was the 8th inning, where Danny Jansen walks with the bases loaded, and Wandy Peralta can't throw strikes to save his life, right? He had an awful time throwing strikes, and the Jays just seem to be chasing a little bit, but Jansen walks to the top of the 8th inning, Breivik Valera comes in to score, and they add on that extra run, and we're like, okay, we now have a 4-2 lead. This is good, and then in the bottom half of the 8th inning, the turning point here, Tim Meza comes on, and DJ LeMahieu hits a single to lead off the inning. Then Judge hits a single, and there's 2 on and nobody out. For Rizzo, Stanton, I don't care what they've been doing lately and whatnot, Rizzo and Stanton are coming up. This is not good. Maybe Gleyber Torres in the mix there. I don't know. Not an easy task by any means. He gets the fielder's choice to get Rizzo, and runners at the corners now with 1 out for Giancarlo Stanton. And he gets the ground ball to third. I believe it was Jake Lamb at third. It was Kevin Smith still in the game. Either way, the guy at third base, third to second, Simeon to first, and they get out of the inning. The emotion on Tim Mayza, a big-time job by our 8th inning guy, Tim Mayza, getting it done, keeping the game still 4-2 Blue Jays. And you go ahead to the top of the 9th inning. They bring in Andrew Heaney, their version of Brad Hand. And he faces Vladdy. Vladdy at this point, 0 for 4 in the game as an on-base streak of 19 straight. It's not looking good. He has a long at-bat against Heaney. He gets a fastball up in the zone, and he crunches it to right field, and it's gone! 42 home runs for Vladdy. Keeps the streak alive, and gets RBI number 100 on the year for Vladimir Guerrero Jr., the youngest Blue Jay ever to get 100 RBIs. The next one was Vernon Wells in 03 and 04. He did it at 23 years old and 24 years old. Olaru did it in 93, I believe, and he was 24. So Vladdy at 22 years old becomes the youngest Blue Jay ever to do so. Remarkable stuff. And not only that, the Jays now lead at 5-2. All right, great stuff. Teoscar Hernandez, he hits a single now. All right, we're buzzing here a little bit. Breivik Valera then rips the ball to the gap. And the ball gets thrown into the infield, and Teo then touches third base and heads home. And I'm like, my God, he's got to be out by a mile. Throw comes in. Sanchez, who's an abysmal catcher, can't hang on to it. Teoscar's safe at the plate. And the Blue Jays now lead it 6-2. We're feeling real good at this point, right? Because Jordan Romano was getting up, and I'm like, you know what, Charlie? As much as 3 days in a row scares everybody because we haven't seen it a lot, I'm down for it. With a 2-run game, I'm down for it. Because you need the win. And I love Pearson. I love the way he pitches. He's got all the talent in the world. Don't know if I have the confidence like I do with Romano. But the Jays add on these 2 runs with Vladdy's bomb and Valera's double. So I'm okay with Nate Pearson going out there with a 4-run lead in the 9th inning. He gets the first 2 guys, and then Gary Sanchez goes deep off the foul pole. And there's a hanging slider to Luke Voigt. I'm like, just use your fastball, man. You're coming out of the gate throwing 99, 100. Like, even if you throw it in a bad spot, you're throwing that good, yeah, they could miss it. When you're throwing that hard, you can make mistakes. But when you throw a 90 or an 83-mile-an-hour slider over the middle of the plate, that ain't going to be missed. And Voigt doesn't miss it. Then he shotguns two water bottles thinking he's huge. Buddy, you're still down by 2 with 2 out in the 9th, and you've lost 5 in a row. Like, simmer down a little bit, because you might not make the playoffs. And he ends up getting Gio Urshela to end the ball game. And the Blue Jays win it 6-4. They've won 8 straight games. They're half a game back of a playoff spot. It's wild. It's absolutely insane what this team has done. You know, going into that Oakland series, right, we were sitting, 4.5 back or whatever it was, and we're sitting here like, well, I mean, Oakland's a team you got to pass, so you got to do a job, right? And maybe I think it was more than 4.5. Well, at least in the Yankees, it was more than 4.5. And you sweep Oakland, and we're sitting here like, oh, wow, holy crap, this team might have some fire, but now you get a 4-game set in the Bronx. That's going to be tough. You want all 4, but at the very least, you need 3 of 4. But even then, you'd still be 2.5 back, leaving the Bronx. So you got to find a way. And the boys found a way. A 4-game flip and sweep. Hello, of the New York Yankees. The Yankees are in a downward spiral. They can't get any offense going whatsoever. Their starting pitching is broken. Tyon is now on the IL. They're abysmal right now. And their catcher, Gary Sanchez, is atrocious. He can't frame a ball to save his life. He can't block a ball. The only time he can throw a guy out at second base is when the ball's right in front of him and it goes in the dirt. Then the guy decides to run. Teoscar Hernandez, I'm not sure what he was thinking there. And he can't catch a ball. I mean, he's abysmal. You know, home run today, but my God, like, he's a terrible catcher. He's abysmal. I'd rather have Alejandro Kirk behind the dish than I would rather have Gary Sanchez. Maybe a hot take for some people, but if you watch Gary Sanchez play and you watch him behind the plate, my God, it's awful. Just terrible. Let's get to some stats here real quick. Bo Bichette from the leadoff spot, 3 for 5 with a run scored, 2 RBIs, and the home run for Bo Bichette. Teoscar Hernandez 3 for 4 in the game, and the run scored and a walk. So he got on base 4 of the 5 times he came to the plate. He's starting to feel himself a little bit. Great to see for him. And Randall Grichuk. With this team trying to go for a playoff spot, you need the unlikely sources to help you out a little bit, right? You had the Jake Lamb sac fly yesterday, you had a Breivik Valera RBI double today, and a Randall Grichuk home run. He also had a hit in the inning, I believe, I believe it was in the top of the 8th inning where he had the base loaded walk. I think he hit the base hit. It was too hard hit to score Valera, so the bases were loaded at that point. So, great job for Grichuk. 2 for 5, run scored, RBI on the home run that he hit. The Jays had 13 hits in the ballgame. They struck out only 9 times. A great day offensively for the team. They had some opportunities though in the 7th and 8th inning to blow the game wide open. They couldn't quite do so, but the insurance runs of the 9th got it done. Pitching-wise, Jose Barrios was outstanding. You could see early on in the game, he was starting to fight himself a little bit, but he was really, really good. 6 2/3, 5 hits, 2 runs, 8 strikeouts, and he only walked 2 guys. He was really good. Joakim Soria came out when a third of an inning got the strikeout. That is a massive out that's not going to be talked about, but that was a big-time strikeout from Joakim Soria. I believe it was Stanton, or was it Gary Sanchez? Maybe it was neither. I don't know. But he got the big-time strikeout. Tim Mays, we all know what happened there. 1 inning, 2 hits, but a big-time ground ball double play off the bat of Giancarlo Stanton. Nate Pearson finished off the ball game, though. Allowed a solo bomb to Gary Sanchez, to Luke Voit, back-to-back shots, but got 2 strikeouts and ended the ball game, and the Jays won it. Now, Jays fans, okay? I'm going to keep this on my shoulder for now because I'm feeling good with it right now. They start a 4-game set against the Orioles. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and they have the doubleheader on the Saturday. I know we're all jacked up with this series, with this Yankees set, but we cannot take this Orioles team lightly. Are they a terrible baseball team? They are. They're not good by any means. Should you sweep them? Yeah, you probably should. And if you want to make the playoffs, you got to win at least 3 of the 4. But the way this team's buzzing right now, you want to do a job. Now, 1 game at a time, and this team cannot play down to their opponent. They got to go out there guns a-blazing starting tomorrow. Robbie Ray gets the hill for the Jays. The guy you want on the mound to start a series. Chris Ellis gets the mound for the Orioles. Jays fans, you remember Chris Ellis? He faced the Blue Jays in Toronto, I believe, and he was pretty good. He was pretty good. He must have been even better in his next start because he has an ERA of like 2.10 or something. He's been very, very good for the Orioles. 7:05 first pitch there at Camden Yards. A big 4-game set against the O's because it's games that you should be winning. You're half a game back. You're not in the playoffs right now. You're half a game out. You can basically smell the damn spot, but you have to do a job tomorrow and on the weekend against Baltimore at Camden Yards. All right? So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and enjoyed the ball game this evening, because, oh yeah, that was a good ball game to watch. Smack the like button. I do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys are not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, your thoughts on the game. Would you like, would you not like from today's ball game for the Toronto Blue Jays? Twitter is down below for myself. Follow, send me a DM, do all the great stuff. And Instagram link is down below, so follow up there if you have not done so already. And I will talk to you guys, Jays Edition, tomorrow night post-game. Jays, Orioles, 7:05 first pitch. Cy Young Award winner. sorry, my bad. Robbie Ray gets the hill for the Blue Jays. Chris Ellis gets the ball for the Orioles. 7:05 first pitch at Camden Yards. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and this series. We'll talk to you guys then.